France is day 758 of the unprovoked Russian invasion of Ukraine, and tonight the Russian invaders, recognized by the European Council as terrorists, attacked Ukraine using almost 90 missiles and 60 strike drones. It was the second attack over the past 2 days. On Thursday night, the Russian terrorists used cruise missiles and ballistic missiles, including 2 hypersonic Kinzhals that were intercepted. However, tonight's strike was aimed mainly at the Ukrainian energy infrastructure as well as numerous civilian objects. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, 55 drones and 37 missiles were intercepted, and the rest damaged tens of energy facilities and about 100 of civilian residential houses over Ukraine. The hardest situation is reported in Kharkiv, Odessa, Kirovohrad and Dnipropetrovsk oblasts, where hundreds of thousands of civilians remain without water and electricity. Currently, Ukraine is receiving emergency electricity from Romania, Slovakia and Poland. 8 strikes on the Zaporizhian Dnipro hydropower plant were reported, including 2 missiles that hit the dam. As a result, the water in the Dnipro became contaminated with oil, according to the local authorities. Over the past 2 years, striking civilian houses and critical infrastructure in Ukraine became Russia's common terrorist practice to retaliate its own military fails, such as losing 12 oil refineries due to the recent drone strikes. Yesterday, the Financial Times shared information from their sources in the US, which allegedly advised Ukraine not to strike the Russian oil industry. According to the Ukrainian president's advisor Mikhailo Podolyak, this information was fictional, and Ukraine will keep doing all it can to decimate the Russian industries and logistics as a necessary measure to defend against the Russian aggression and decimate its offensive potential. Are blackouts in Ukraine possible due to the last attack? At this stage, the authorities report that the repairs will be conducted in 3 stages. First, bringing power to the critical infrastructure, then civilians, and later to the enterprises. According to the experts, based on the scale of damage, the repairs will take approximately 2 days, and the strike itself will not lead to prolonged regional blackouts. In fact, there's other risks related to increased electricity consumption and decreased energy export, which hopefully will be resolved over the springtime. Unfortunately, the global situation is far from being resolved. Ukraine still requires joint international efforts to receive anti-air missiles and shells. In the meantime, NATO forces prepare for the possible Russian invasion predicted around 2026, and the Russian terrorists prepare their children to kill Europeans. Russian Danil Shargan, instructor at the Russian Youth Training Center, is one of the numerous Russian mentors for the kids who are being raised as the Russian supremacists and future invaders. To all those who attempt to justify Russia, please consider that they haven't fought a single defensive war since 1945. My friends, with that, I wish you all a beautiful day. I'm operator Starsky. As always, be safe.